fan of this. This looks freaking awesome. This is what makes me happy when I drive my car. I wasn't really sure how I was gonna be starting this video, and I'm still kind of not, just kind of winging it. Instead of planning a really cool intro, I didn't. So I'm sorry. But as you saw in the title and thumbnail, today we're gonna be installing some carbon fiber parts on the BRZ, and I know I'm still in my apartment. This is my little home office. Yes, there is a Tomei on my desk. You know what? That's what'll make this intro cool. I'm gonna hold the Tomei while I talk about this. We're actually gonna be headed down to my garage. Not really special, and it's tiny, but we're gonna make it work. We're not installing this today, which I wish we were. That'll go back on the car soon. I think we're taking a little break from the exhaust stuff, just because this is a really cool video and I wanted to share it. The exhaust videos just started posting now for me in real time. But while I'm doing that, I'm gonna try my best not to show you the exhaust that we have in the car. Or no, it probably doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm just gonna go and install these carbon fiber parts that a company sent to me. They're actually based in California, and it's called Twins Carbon. That is the sister company from another company called Synth Carbon. They sent me a whole ass box of parts, like a big ass box of parts, and we're gonna go unbox them and install them down in my garage. Oh my god. Actually, I'm gonna put it back. I do have it hanging up here normally, just like that. I turned the Tomei into car art for the time being until it goes back on the car, but skateboard, my combo pipe, the rest of it's on the floor. I'm gonna go show you the garage now, and we're gonna install stuff. This is my home garage. It's a one-car garage, obviously, but I mean, you could basically fit two of these things in here because they're so small. It is a process to get this thing in here like this, so I have enough space to like actually have room to film stuff, but like it literally fits underneath the shelf. But yeah, the whole car fits in here, and we have a good amount of space. And kind of cool, my garage is the only one of these garages because it's an end unit that has a window. And if you look out there, 2022 WRX right there. Kind of cool. I did not notice that before. I'm not really a huge fan of them, but I think they're kind of cool still. I've gone ahead and unboxed all of this stuff already for you guys. So I mean, as you guys can see, they sent me a ton of stuff for the interior. This is not their whole line. All of this stuff is really nice. And I also forgot to mention that every single piece is individually coated. It comes to you from them with a ceramic coating on it. So that's super nice, and you can still tell like it's super soft and smooth when you touch it. And obviously they did not include just interior pieces. They also sent me exterior pieces, which is great. And one thing I really want to say is I'm excited for this. This, if you couldn't already tell, is a carbon fiber duck, like a shark fin cover. And I'm really excited for this because I want to wrap my roof black again. I don't know if you guys remember the last time I did that, but it ended up ripping literally a week after I put it on the car, so I had to pull it off. And I kind of messed up, and I don't know how, but I think I scratched my little shark fin right here. So that's not exactly the best. So I'm really hyped for this. I didn't think they were gonna send me exterior pieces, but they did. We also have some carbon fiber door handle covers, which are really nice. And they also sent the end pieces like to the edges of the doors to cover that. Moving on to interior stuff, they sent me a vent cover. They sent me the carbon fiber piece that covers where the drive mode select buttons are, and for me, the little coin thing. I don't know what, I think it's a coin holder, but they also sent the shift boot like trim piece. And this is a piece I wasn't exactly sure of how it was gonna work, but they sent me a carbon fiber overlay for like the middle of the steering wheel right here. So like it will just stick over this. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but like I really like keeping my interiors like OEM plus type of stuff. That's why I have the STI shift knob, the STI stop start button. And in case you haven't noticed, nothing in my interior is touched. So I literally have done nothing at all. In fact, I am not sure. I told them I wasn't sure about this piece. I'm looking for basically a stock steering wheel with an Alcantara wrap that Subaru actually is gonna help me out with, something like that. They offered me a carbon wheel, and I know this sounds dumb to say, but I don't really want a carbon wheel. Everybody does them. I think they look cool, but I just want a full Alcantara one, just like maybe even some extra bolstering so it's a little thicker, but I just want it to look OEM plus. I don't want like a ton of carbon fiber everywhere. And I know you're like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? You're about to put a bunch of carbon fiber in your car. But a lot of these actually look really good, especially like, I think the interior piece I'm psyched for the most is actually this one. I want to see if you guys can get a little better look at that. The weave on this is really buttery smooth, and that's really hard to do with carbon fiber. So like mad props to you guys for getting this done so nicely and offering it ceramic coated from like the factory is awesome. If you guys want to go check them out, they're trying to grow their brand and they make purely GR86 BRZ stuff with this brand. This brand is just for the GR and BRZ platforms, but I'm gonna get straight into installing all this stuff. It should be super easy because if you didn't notice from turning the fin upside down, they are all stuck on. They don't need or require any hardware. They don't require any drilling, which is what I really like, because if you think you're gonna like something and you put it on, you end up not liking it, you can just take it off and clean it. I'm gonna be completely honest, and they know this, but they were gracious enough to send out all this stuff anyway for me to show you guys, because it might not just be me who likes or doesn't like something. You guys have different tastes than I do, so they sent me out these as well. These I am not sure about. I'm gonna try it, and if it looks awesome, I'm gonna keep it. So that's basically the gist of what's going on here with all these parts. And of course, you guys can't just put carbon fiber parts and use adhesive on anything without cleaning it. So we have our Superior Image cleaner degreaser. Shout out to you guys. I love this stuff, and I'm not just saying that because I work there. It's because their shit is awesome. Like, it is literally the highest quality stuff. But enough about that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the exterior stuff first because I just want to get that done, and then we're gonna move on to the interior stuff. I think that should be better. And also, I'm really looking forward to kind of having some more carbon accents, because the wing is all carbon as well, which is also held on by 3M tape, which is ridiculous because it is like insanely sturdy, and I've had that on the car for about 8 months now, and it's not even close to coming off. So yeah, like before then with the wing, any adhesive stuff would not have trusted it at all. Like, my thought of putting something on the exterior of a car with tape was just not even the question. I don't trust it. After how long I've had this thing on though, and how strong it is, like I could whip the trunk back and forth with the wing and it will not even budge or make any noise. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw on the exterior stuff. Like I said, first we're gonna take a look at it. I think it's gonna look really good, and then we're gonna do interior stuff. All right, so this is pretty simple. You see on the inside, I'm just gonna peel all of this red tape on and just stick it on and like go around it, and just gonna go around it and kind of make sure that it like sticks on and the adhesive touches all of the fin before I actually like say that it's good. I'd say anything exterior, I'd give it at least 30 minutes to an hour before you drive it, because you don't want it flying off if it's not done like setting yet, so gotta be careful with that. All right, here we go. I'm just like trying to pull on it around all the edges to where I know the adhesive is. Okay, I know the sides are sticking, but the back I can hear is not sticking. There she is. I mean, it looks good. But yeah, if I push on the back, you can hear the adhesive letting go. All right, it might still. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. Well, they do have 4 of them on the sides. So there's like one here, and one on the same on the other side, and one on the back. And I think that that's plenty. Given how the wind's gonna be like pushing up against it this way, the back is not gonna help too much, but it's good to have it there just in case. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, black and white with my car, I mean, it's super easy to match anything like that. So especially having the black carbon against the white, super nice. And I'm also just really glad that that kind of saves me from wrapping the shark fin, which the last time I tried did not go well. 10 out of 10 would recommend that one. And I think next we're gonna try out the door handle covers. I think I wanna try that next. I don't think the actual door handle pieces that you're putting on matter. I think it just matters that you put this piece on the right side, because obviously you have a keyhole right there. If you're somebody who wears like rings and stuff like that, these might be a really good idea for you, because I know like you'd grab the door on the inside, but sometimes I find myself running my ring into my door handle. So this might save you from some ring scratches on the handle of your doors. So that might be really helpful. This is why I wasn't sure if I was gonna like these or not. If you had a black car or like a darker colored car, it would be a lot harder to see. But for me, when I put this on here, it exposes the white right here on the top of the door handle and the white on the like touch lock and unlock right here through this little hole. So I'm gonna go ahead and install it anyway so we can just see it on there, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna like these myself, but these are probably something that would be really great if you wrapped your door handle black first and then stuck these on, or if you were to have a darker colored car, that might work. But on the white car, it just leaves a little bit too much of a gap, and you can kind of see that like that paint through it. So I'm not entirely a fan of this, but I could totally see why anyone else would be. That's just me. I'm really picky like that. You know what, actually, that's not that bad. I kind of like that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let that dry, and I'm just gonna go run and do the other one. I didn't think I was gonna like that, but I honestly, I don't know, like it's kind of growing on me the more I look at it. Because like, if you stand back and look at the car, the black handle, it looks really good. This was the only thing I thought I wasn't gonna like, because I knew they couldn't, like they can't make a cover that like goes inside of here. That looks way better than I thought it would. And also if I grab the key, like if you have your key in your pocket, you know, it retains. Oh, maybe not close enough. Okay. Oh, okay, it worked that time. Okay, if I put my whole hand over it, works. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it retains this. Okay, what the hell? There we go. All right, it's a little finicky. I don't know why, because the sensors are in here. But if you put your whole hand on it like that, it locks. If you do this, it unlocks. So that's nice. It still works, and you could get the whole carbon piece on there, and it does look really nice. So I will admit, I was wrong. I like this. And as for this, I already know I like this. Again, would highly recommend that if you are gonna wrap your roof black, because that'll save you having to do that by yourself. If you know, you know, wrapping roof fins and like radio fin, like fins are just the worst. That will cost you a lot of wrap if you're trying to do it yourself. And now that we are done with the exterior stuff, time to go to my favorite part, the interior stuff. I think the first thing I'm gonna do that I'm really excited about is the shift boot trim. So this is basically gonna go right here around the shift boot. Oh, I already know I love that. Jeez, that looks good. That would look so much better with an Alcantara boot as well. I think I'm gonna try and find that too. Obviously, I don't have a limited version of the BRZ, I have the premium, but with the limited version or the nicer version of the GR or the BRZ, does this come in Alcantara already? Because if so, I might just try and buy like an OEM one. But I'm just gonna really quick hit it with some degreaser just around the edges, and this is safe to use on leather too. Like it's literally, that degreaser is safe to use on all surfaces. It's a mild degreaser. Just kind of wipe everything down. And also while I'm at it, I think I'm gonna degrease my shift knob because I haven't done that in a while, and I'm kind of don't want to be nasty, so I'm gonna just do that while I'm here. Yeah, like I said, I love keeping my interiors kind of like more on the OEM plus side, because I don't know, this is what makes me happy when I drive my car. Like this is where you spend all of your time driving the car, and it's like I just want to feel as good as I can feel in here. So that's basically why I am a little bit hesitant to do anything interior wise to my car. But I feel like some carbon accents, especially if they're subtle, because you know carbon's black, so it's hard to see unless there's like light reflecting off of it. I feel like subtle stuff like this isn't going to be a big deal, especially because when I laid it down to see its fitment before, it seemed to lay down pretty flat and really like flush with the rest of the factory trim, which is something I'm like a big fan of. But yeah, the next thing I'm looking for is an OEM Plus style like Alcantara steering wheel for this car, because that would be the best interior upgrade. And you know, the only thing I will say that I will do that's not like OEM Plus, I'm looking at some very like tame Brid seats for the car, and that would be like the ultimate driver mod in here, besides getting a new driver to drive this thing faster than I can. I don't know if I should get one or two. Getting two is obviously really expensive, but because I love this car, I don't really care how much it costs, so I kind of want to do just both of them, even though I'm never going to sit in the other one. Just some Eurosters, nothing like low maxes. I don't like bucket seats for daily driving. Like these seats when you're driving, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, but these seats for me are like really nice, and they're not too bolstery. I love how they are now, so I'd like just an OEM Plus version of these seats, but in the pattern that Brid has. But this looks freaking great. I absolutely am in love with this. It gets rid of that like cheap plasticky look around the shifter, and I mean everybody loves carbon fiber, so like this is absolutely sick. I think the next piece I'm gonna do is my second most favorite piece that I'm looking forward to, and that is the piece that fits right here, right like that over the buttons. That looks really cool also. I'm gonna cover the buttons and then spray, because I don't want to get my buttons covered in degreaser. All right, here we go. Just like that. Make sure I press down. I'm gonna use my towel to press down, because then I won't be just fighting the part and I won't be scratching it. But holy shit, this actually looks really good. I'm a huge fan of this. This looks freaking awesome. I love the way it actually fits really well with the OEM parts, and like they nailed the fitment with these pieces. It lines up with the actual like creases in the OEM parts perfectly. All right, next I'm gonna go big. We're gonna do the dash overlay. I don't know if you guys can, oh yeah, you can see that. I'm actually just gonna spray some degreaser. Just sprayed it straight onto the rag, so I don't like spray it all over my dash. Saved you guys the trouble watching me pull off tape for a million years. Put her on. like I said before, my biggest concern was like fitment of all these pieces, and everything's fitting really nicely. Some people who do like carbon trims don't really get the exact like placement right, I guess. Even though they're making it for molds, sometimes the molds aren't that great. I guess putting it this way, I've seen a lot of carbon overlays done wrong, and these are not that. Like, this actually looks and feels high quality. Last but not least, this one I know I might not have for very long. This is the carbon like steering wheel overlay. I will say it does look really nice because it kind of makes it look like if the factory were to do a carbon fiber like accent on the wheel from the factory, that's what it would look like. And it does add a deeper black to the wheel too, instead of having that like kind of grayish plastic look. So I am kind of excited to see if that is something that will hold me over until I get an aftermarket steering wheel. I absolutely love the Vertex wheel for the Toyota version of this car. I think the only way I would do a not OEM plus part is if it was like from Japan. I just want to keep the parts on the car Japanese because it's a Japanese car. It's basically what I'm trying to say. But like the Vertex wheel for the GRs looks really, really good. And I am a fan of like the steering wheel lettering. I don't know why, I just think it looks really good, but OEM Plus is also good. I love the feel of the steering wheel now, so if you were to add just a little bit of a thicker grip, because it is kind of like a narrow grip steering wheel, but add a little bit of thickness to the grip of the steering wheel and put some Alcantara on it, and I'm very happy. All right, this one looks a little bit awkward to put on, but I'm gonna see the best I can do. DIY carbon fiber steering wheel for, I actually don't know how much this is, but for a low amount of money. Blowing through this install, this is taking no time at all, but I'm just gonna go ahead and cut to a shot of actually showing you guys the full interior because it looks freaking good. I am very, very happy with this, and this is going to make being in here just that much more special feeling because it does not take away from the OEM feel of the car that I was making sure I wasn't going to lose. This is actually really great, so I'm extremely happy right now. Currently the next day, and I forgot to film an outro the other day, but if you guys liked that video or you enjoyed it at all, go down and hit the like button for me, and if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button. Huge thank you to Twins Carbon for giving me all those parts to make the videos with. It's literally changed the way my car feels when I drive it, and I absolutely love it. And if you haven't seen any of my other videos, I highly recommend going to check out this one. It is another install video, and there are plenty more like them. And if you're new here and this is your first video you've ever seen by me, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And I will definitely be seeing you guys soon with more parts and installs for the BRZ and possibly some other stuff. I'll catch you later.